Ah, Planet Coffee. Delicious. Thanks for reaching out again so quickly. Of course, Tachibana. We're not strangers, right? I'm always here to help. Well, I really appreciate it. It's great to have a senpai like you. Oh, I do what I can. I sure like to think of myself as a good senpai. As you know, I'm deeply troubled by Yusuke's murder. That's why I'm so eager to help you. It allows me to guide you, just like back then. Or if that allows me to guide you, just like back then, so be it. But I'm just one man trying to help. Well, thank you for your cooperation, Fukuyama. Okay. Let's take a sip of the... take a sip of his milk tea. Yeah, let's go. What's up, Tachibana? Oh, come on. I want your milk tea. It looks better. Dang, okay. I'll use my own milk tea. I have to listen to what Fukuyama says first. Okay, phone. I better not call anyone right now. That's fair. That's fair. Okay, let's ask. I'm respectful of your time, so let's get right to it. Do you have some new info? I'm guessing that you do, since you're taking time out of your busy schedule. Ah, yes. Well, I know you're busy too, so I'll make it quick. Go ahead. So the thing you gotta remember is, these are junior high kids. It's a sensitive time. They're still growing, which means they're not as strong as adults. This whole incident is a shock to their system in ways they can't even fathom. Yeah, what I'm saying, right, Tachibana? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's like the kids seem normal at first glance, but in their hearts... I know they're carrying a deep hurt. Sounds like I can hear their souls screaming out. Oh. Alright. Feels like students are all over the place. Some act out in classes, and others... others have been laughing at me as if they don't take me seriously. I'm not sure that's related to the murder, necessarily. But I'm sure it's just the stress of this whole thing that's affecting them. Poor kids. Like, you can't blame your baitiveness, your inability to command the respect of your students on a murder. Like, come on, man. I just feel terrible for them all. My heart breaks every time I think about it. I see. Okay. But do you have any actual information for me? So, Tachibana. That's why I can't ask him about the case just yet. It's too soon. So what do you actually know? Why do you call me here? Is this just some excuse to go on like a coffee date? With, me? Wait, you don't have any new information from the students after all? That's right. No wonder you're a detective, Tachibana. So what am I here to talk about? Tachibana, your milk tea is getting cold. Please go ahead and enjoy it. We can just relax for a moment. Dude, I'm trying to solve a murder, and you're using it as an excuse to try to get into my pants. This is uncalled for. Dang. Is this what it's like being a woman? Because if so, I can see why y'all get annoyed at this. Okay, fine, I'll drink my tea. At least that's going to fulfill its proper purpose at this meeting. Alright, I'll have some. What do you think, Tachibana? It's good, right? Isn't this milk tea the best? Yeah, it's fine. Oh yes, it's actually delicious. If you like the milk tea, you'll love the tiramisu. What do you think? What to order taste? What? Maybe not today. Okay, next time. Yeah, next time when you actually have information to tell me. Dang it. So, here. You don't deserve this tea. Here, I'm just gonna... What else can I take here? Can I take the menu? The bill? Take the bill, just leave. Quit wasting my time. I sure I'll take care of the bill when we're done, right? After all, he's taking the time to help me. Well, not really. Take Fukiya. Yeah, no. Take... I can't take myself. Oh, well. Take myself out of here! Listen, Tachibana. Just noticed the Danganronpa stream schedule. Yep, yeah, we're doing Danganronpa 2. First stream of that next week, Wednesday, 10 p.m. Be there or be square. Junior high is like a battlefield, and as a teacher, I'm like some kind of majestic knowledge warrior. Additionally, I'm going to, it's going to be a special Danganronpa 1 video that'll come out once all of the VODs are out. I think you'll like that too. Turn to this milk tea in times of stress and fatigue and gives a peace of mind. So about this and Danganronpa. Danganronpa will be Wednesday of next week. We'll probably play more of this sometime next week too, but not on the same day, obviously. Well, I guess that's not necessarily obvious. I don't generally do multiple games on the same day. I know other streamers do, but I don't. Granted, I guess if you spread out the games over the course of weeks, like if I did like an hour of one game, then an hour of another game, and then an hour of another game, then I'd encourage people to tune in every day, because we play each game every... It would be such a hassle, though. I don't know how people do it. Okay. Or if it's payday, I go all out and order tiramisu. This place is my oasis. It must be nice. Sure is. I'm not overly concerned about the overlap. From what I understand, I don't think this game is particularly long, so I'd be surprised if we're still playing this. Like, I don't think this should take more than like 4, maybe 5 streams total, and we're already on stream 2, so it'll probably be around for the next couple weeks. I think. I don't know. I looked it up on how long to beat, and it said like 12 hours, so we'll see. Okay, do you have anything of actual merit to the investigation to ask, or not even to ask me, to tell me? I wasn't able to talk to any of the students. Yeah, I know. Did you talk to the faculty? Did the faculty know anything? I did hear some more about Yusuke from other teachers. Thank you! Oh, what did you hear? I'll get to it. We're both busy people, so we should try to relax a little while we can. Okay, look, I'll have a sip of my tea. It's pretty good, but I don't know if it's better than any other milk tea I've had. Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll even try playing that Ace Attorney Investigations game at some point. Probably not like as it comes out, because that's too much on my plate at once. Gotta finish some games first. But, I mean, Paper Mario should probably finish next week, so that'll open up some slots. Can I think? What kind of information you might share with me? Certainly no rush. So good. So... About Yusuke. Okay, here's what I've learned at Yusuke. He had a lot of good friends, he got good grades, and he had a great reputation among teachers. Yep, knew all that. He was never in trouble, really a model student. Yeah, the same thing that all students have told me. Do you have anything new to say? I've heard about him having a conflict with anyone. No one held a grudge against him. Us teachers know everything about our students' personal lives, but I think most teachers agree that Yusuke was well liked. Any observations? Suppose I did hear one story that caught my attention. Okay, what is it then? Yusuke's homeroom teacher mentioned something that piqued my curiosity. Okay, go on. Here's what Yusuke's homeroom teacher said. Apparently Yusuke's grades hadn't been as good as usual, I'd say. Oh, I thought his grades were impeccable. Well, he was applying to a selective private high school. He needed top marks and he wasn't there. Okay. His grades fell. Any trouble at home? Maybe that could be the cause of this? Yusuke's homeroom teacher said he should consider other schools if his grades don't improve. But Yusuke didn't seem concerned at all. Almost as if he was expecting to die. You know, come to think of it, with the prior case, quitting your job is something you might do if you were expecting to die. Well, I'd probably do it more earlier than a day prior. Really? A good student who suddenly doesn't care about getting into a good school? That's interesting. Yeah, well, junior high kids can be a bit unpredictable, can't they? True. That's one of the challenges we face as teachers, of course. Yeah, who knows? Maybe he just suddenly was like, you know what? I was watching this YouTube thing and decided, you know what? I don't need good grades. I'm just going to be a YouTuber. I'm going to be a streamer. No, this game takes place in like late 80s, early 90s. That's obviously not what's happening. Must be tough to do what you do. Oh, it is, but teaching was like, oh. Teachers are not unlike priests, one might say. Yes, when I was in my third year middle school and teacher said, is he changing the subject? Excuse me, but do you have any other info about Yusuke? Other than his grades? Let me think. No, that about covers it. Don't have any other information that's relevant to the case. Sorry, Tachibana. Okay. It's okay. Thank you. Okay, I guess I'll take a sip of tea. Let's wait and see what Fukuyama has to say. Okay, anything else? Can't imagine his lower grades would have caused anyone to want to kill him. Unless he killed himself, that's not what the police are saying happened, right? That's right, I can't share many details, but I can confirm that we are investigating a murder. Well, whatever happened, Yusuke is gone forever. That's the hand we've been dealt. There's nothing we can do but accept it and move forward. Fukuyama. So, Tachibana. Yes? How's the investigation going overall? As you know, Yusuke's murder has shaken me to my core. I'm desperate to hear if you've made any progress. Please, can you share any details with me? It's not too much to ask, is it, Tachibana? Well, I'm afraid I don't have any good news. We haven't made much progress. The thing about Yusuke, he's just such a normal kid. Like you said before, he didn't have any obvious problems or drama. And yet... just that on the same day he was killed, he was supposedly acting strangely. Oh, is that right? Yeah, of course. His family is still in shock. I have no idea what might have been going on. Fukuyama? Oh, I'm sorry, I was just lost in thoughts. Oh. Thank you for sharing, Tachibana. I'll do whatever I can to help. Let's keep talking, shall we? Of course. What do you think about Tachibana? What am I thinking about? Fukuyama's a bit awkward, but I do think his feelings for his students are genuine. Seems like he's doing the best he can, and he's shared everything he knows about Yusuke. Still, there's another student who was good friends with Yusuke in Fukuyama's class. I'm thinking of Megumi Morimoto. I wonder if she's back at school. She was absent following the murder. Is there a universe in which Megumi was the intended target? Because it is a change in modus operandi for the killer to suddenly start killing boys instead of girls. Which is odd, because at the very least, this is either the same killer as 18 years ago, or it's a copycat killer. Either way, like, they knew enough about the murders to know the bag thing, which wasn't released publicly. So they must have known the demographic of the killings too. So it's an odd derivation, certainly. Like, you get the tiniest details of, like, strangulation and put the bag on the head that the public didn't know, but you don't get the fact that you're supposed to only be killing girls. I don't know, maybe they were just trying to increase the diversity of their victims. Get DEI and murder victims, let's go. But no, yeah. It is odd, though. Like, you'd think there's a reason. And there's plenty of plausible reasons. Either, just whatever the opportunity happened to be in this case, intentionally switching it up so as to shake the investigation, or it could just be that all girls was not a modus operandi, just random chance 18 years ago. And that was never really a specific thing that they were trying to do. So there's a lot of plausible explanations, but it's worth noting, certainly. Fukuyama, about Megumi Morimoto. Why are you so rattled? What do you want to know about Megumi? I don't know anything Tachibana. Okay, but I'm just wondering if she's okay. You know, because she's been absent since the murder. Well, like you said, Megumi has been absent, so I wouldn't know. I see. That's worrisome, isn't it? Oh, yes, I'm very worried. Anything else? Is that all we have to say about Yusuke? Oh, you said earlier that there's nothing more to share. Huh. Did you know that Megumi is my class representative? I can't remember if I told you that. Yes, I heard. It must be challenging for you to not have her there, since she's the class representative and all. Yeah, it's been extremely stressful. Extremely stressful? Huh. The day after announced Isugi's death to students, Megumi was not there. She hasn't been back since. What time period are we talking here? Like a couple days, I think? She was close with Isuki, so it must have been a terrible shock. I'm worried about her. Have you made like a house call? Is that a thing teachers do? Anything else? I'm really worried about Megumi. Or Megumi, I think is how you actually pronounce that. Megumi's continued absence is worrying. Yeah, they told us at yesterday morning's assembly. I was shocked. They announced that he died at the morning assembly yesterday. I couldn't believe my ears. That morning assembly on the day Isuki's body was found seems key. Wait a minute, hold on. If it was announced at the assembly, how did she know? Because he said she didn't show up the day after he was killed, right? How would she know if she wasn't there for the assembly announcement in the first place? Of course, that's when they told the students what happened. But Fukuyama is saying that Megumi wasn't at school that day. Exactly. So why is he assuming that her absence is because she knows? Does he know, or is he just dumb? Did he really mean that, or did he misspeak? Fukuyama? Yeah, what's up, Tachibana? You said that Megumi has been absent since before the morning assembly, right? Yes, that's right. That's why I haven't seen her for days, Tachibana. But students learned about Yusuke's death on the same day he was found, right? Oh, so her absence didn't have anything to do with Yusuke. At least that's the day's absence, right? Unless she knew independently. Was there some other reason she was gone? Oh, yes. I see. You really are a sharp detective now, Tachibana. But I'm not sure. I wonder why. I'm worried about Megumi's continued absence and how strangely Fukuyama's acting. He looks so anxious. Is he hiding something? Does he? I don't think he's the killer. But maybe, I mean... Teacher, he's not that kid's teacher, but he's a teacher in the school. Has access, potentially. Any observations, sir? You really impressed me as a detective today, Tachibana. Oh, really? Yeah. Maybe examine him. Why does he tighten up when we talk about Megumi? He did this the other day, too. I hope there's nothing untoward going on. What are you looking at? Oh. Fukuyama. Like, I don't think he's guilty of murder, but he's definitely hiding something. Yeah, that's ma'am. I have a strange feeling that something is off anytime I bring up Megumi. You seem to tighten up and get anxious. Am I wrong? Is that what it seems like? No, that's not it. I don't feel that way. Okay, I'll bring up Megumi then. Fukuyama, about Megumi. What? Did she somehow know about Isuki's death before the morning assembly? If so, it would mean Megumi killed Isuki! Or it would mean Megumi knows the killer. I doubt Megumi. We don't really have a particular reason to accuse Megumi of murder. It doesn't necessarily mean she knows the killer, but it does mean she found out somehow. And at the very least, this encompasses this, so if it is this, it's also this, so it has to be this. Is Isuki killed by some Megumi now? It's a pretty big leap to assume at this point. Shouldn't rule out any possibility. Mr. Utsugi always warning us to consider everything. But what's the most likely reason she knew about Isuki's death? Could it have something to do with Fukuyama? Fukuyama? Maybe he told her, and that's just what this is? Yes. Because I guess the faculty probably would have found out before the assembly, so maybe he like called her up and was like, hey, Megumi, I don't want you to have to find out in a public setting, so just so you know, your friend is dead. He must have told Megumi about Isuki before the rest of the class, since she's the representative. But unfortunately, telling her first isolated her from the others, leaving her alone to face the cruel reality. And she must have taken it very hard. That's probably why she hasn't come back to school since. And you're probably feeling guilty about it. Am I right about any of this? Oh. I would never do something so selfish. First of all, we teachers didn't know about Isuki's death until the moment before the assembly. It would have been impossible to let her know in advance. Oh. I see, I'm sorry for speculating like that. Unless you had the inside scoop somehow. It's alright, Tachibana. That's what being a detective is all about, isn't it? Asking questions and speculating. Just like I was meant to be a teacher, you were meant to be a detective, Tachibana. Yeah? Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. So why is she not at school then? So then why do you think Megumi would have been absent the day of that morning assembly? Oh, she was out sick. Her family had called that morning, letting me know. Well, that's not very helpful. Out sick just means, hey, we're skipping today and we don't actually have an excuse, so sick. I see. That's really what it was, Tachibana. I wonder if her family is telling the truth. Since you're Megumi's homeroom teacher, have you checked up on her since she's been out? No, I'm afraid I haven't. It's difficult for me to visit her at her house. Why? what if we went together to visit her? I just hope Megumi comes back to school soon. She's in my thoughts. Okay, well, I'll go in my thoughts then. How about that? Any observations? Oh, it's gotten so late. Time flies when you're having a good conversation, right, Tachibana? I should visit this Megumi kid. I have to... Hate to leave now, but I'm afraid that my students are waiting for me. I'm sure you could chat all day long, but... I have to get going. My apologies. I understand. Let's get going. I'll pick up the check since Fukuyama took the time to meet with me. Alright, let's take the bill. Thank you, Fukuyama. This is on me. Oh, come on, Tachibana. You'll make me look bad. Well... After all, you were once my underclassman, and I am... my senpai. That's right. And that's that. Listen, I'm really grateful for your help with the investigation and for taking the time, but... Yeah, one thing that I actually just noticed here, which is kind of hilarious, and I understand why. So, senpai, I believe, generally speaking, I think it's got some other applications potentially, especially colloquially, but generally speaking, senpai just means upperclassman, right? So someone like in the grade above you. I think it's hilarious, though, because they could have translated that into English as upperclassman. But they chose to keep that as senpai. But they didn't keep... they did translate the word for underclassman to underclassman, which is hilarious. And granted, I understand why. It's because senpai is a term that's more known than whatever the underclassman... I don't even think I know necessarily. I know there's kohai. I don't recall if that's underclassmen or like same level classmen. Regardless, I'm pretty sure there is a word that is not underclassmen in English. But they didn't translate, or they did translate that one, which is hilarious to me. That they translate one but not the other. Anyways, listen, I'm really grateful for your help with the investigation and for taking the time, but... Another word, Tachibana. What am I again? My senpai. Then I guess I'll let it go. Okay. Oh, thanks for meeting me at my milk tea oasis, Tachibana. He's standing way too close as usual. Of course, but I should thank you, Fukuyama. Not just for the tea, but for the valuable information. I'm sure it will help our investigation. That's great to hear, Tachibana. Call me anytime. I'm always happy to help. Yeah, I might take you up on that, Fukuyama. Hey, Tachibana. Yes? When can an old senpai, see his underclassman again, Tachibana? Again? Does that mean you'll continue digging up info at the school for me? Yes, of course, I'll look into anything you like. Great, thank you. I mean, I know your job is stressful, I don't want to add more. What you've told me is already enough. Tachibana, yes, I'm busy, but... I know I have the unique privilege of being close to the kids at Minami Daisan Junior High. And as time goes by and feelings are less raw, I'm sure I'll have conversations that would happen. I could certainly imagine one of them providing information that helps unravel the mystery. You mean like the real reason Megumi hasn't been coming to school? Oh, yeah, that too. You've got to understand, Tachibana. I want to do anything I can for Isuki. If it helps you out as well, that's even better. Thank you, Fukuyama. You can always count on me. I'll be in touch, okay? Yes, that'd be great. Have a safe trip home, Tachibana. Well, you're a stuff full of excitement. Good old Fukuyama. He really hasn't changed. Always makes you laugh. Still, I can't get over the way he looked when I brought up Megumi. I have to get to the bottom of it. Ulterior Detective Agency. Nice. I'm back, Suzuhiro. Welcome back, Yami. Can I get you something to drink? On the way here, I stopped and picked up a few cans of milk tea. Oh, more milk tea. This is a new brand. You like milk tea, don't you? Yeah, it's just, I'm fine for now, but thanks. Anyway, tell me about how things went yesterday. Sure, let me see. I told Ayumi everything I learned at the Kuze siblings and their history. Oh, I didn't realize I had a history like that. What else did you learn? Did you get any more details about the case from 18 years ago? Yes, I looked up tons of articles at the serial girl murders at the library. I was able to confirm that the victims being found with paper bags in their heads was never reported. However, after a lot of digging, I've identified a few aspects of the first case that have me puzzled. For instance, there were two persons of interest that were mentioned, but one of them is dead and the other is missing. Oh. One was the victim's father, who died in a house fire the day before his daughter's body was found. Day before his daughter's body was found. Okay. The second was a young man who was friends with the victim. He disappeared, leaving only bloodstains. While we don't know to what extent either of them was involved, we can't rule out the possibility that one of them killed Ayaka. Could the missing man have been the killer? Or could it have been someone else who happened to target girls of a similar age? Yeah, the scenario seems plausible. Well, one way or another. We still have 3 victims, including Ayaka Hashizumi, who were found with bags on their heads. It's gotta be the work of the same killer. Remember that this was a high-profile case that the police failed to solve, despite all their efforts. So it won't be easy getting to the bottom of it, but maybe the key is... the connection between that case is Isuki Sasaki and the legend of Emio, the Smiling Man. Speaking of that, I did find a common link between the older murders and the urban legend. In both the second and third murders, the victims were seen crying shortly before they were killed. Just like this in the Smiling Man legend. Maybe there really is a connection. Well, let's stay focused and keep after it, okay? Absolutely. I do wonder if the disappearance of Makoto Kuze is also related. I guess it's our job to find out. Okay, let's take a look at the phone. How's the office doing? Ayumi might get mad at me, so I'm not going to do it. Let's, what if I call Ayumi? Ayumi's right in front of me, let's not do that. Fair enough. Okay, let's talk. Well, I had a good long chat with Fukuyama. Ah, and how did it go? Well, among other things, he mentioned that Eisuke's grades had slipped lately. Is that so? Yeah, it even sounds like he might have had a hard time getting into the private high school he wanted. But he also said that Eisuke himself didn't seem particularly troubled by it. Also, Fukuyama was squirrely about talking to other students, so he's only spoken with the teachers so far. I think that's about it. Oh, wait. There's one other thing about Eisuke's friend. I'm talking about Megumi. Anyway, apparently she's been absent from school for a while now. In fact, she hasn't been to school since the day that Eisuke died. But it's strange because the teachers and students learned about his death that morning. So you're saying she was already absent that day, but for other reasons. That's right. I thought maybe someone could have told her about the situation in advance. But it doesn't seem particularly likely. Maybe she was actually just sick? I mean, it would be a very sort of convenience coincidence. Yeah, maybe. I'm curious. At a certain point, the coincidences pile up so high that the sheer unlikeliness of it all means that it's basically impossible. Granted, this is fiction, and writers can write whatever coincidences they want into the script. Yeah. Let's review what we've learned today, Suzura. Or Suzura. I can't be mispronouncing my own name that I typed in. Good idea, let's do it. Alright. Let's review this. It seems as though Eisuke had been having a few problems lately involving getting into a private school. His grades had slipped to the point that he was at risk of not getting into a top school. But he was supposedly unbothered about that. Oh no. He could have just been putting on a front. In any case, I'm not sure how it relates to him being murdered. Megumi and Eisuke were close friends. But she stopped going to school the day that his body was found. Why did she stop coming to school that very day? She must have known in advance that he was killed. We don't know, or because her grades are slipping. And we can't know for certain at the moment. It makes sense that she might have known, but we don't have the evidence right now to state that definitively. We don't know. No, evil key! Gotta keep the evil key safe. There. Don't punch your evil keys off of their display stands. Anyways, we don't know. I did hear that she wasn't feeling well, but I think you're right that we don't really know for sure at this point. That's all the info I gathered today. Even though Mr. Utsugi isn't here, I feel like we're making good progress on the case together. There's still a lot of unknowns, but I'm sure we can work together to solve the case. Agreed. What, you thinking about something? I will look at you. Or I'll ask you. Hey, what's up? Okay, I will. I will look at you. What's wrong with Ayumi? I will call you. Ayumi's right in front of me. Let's not do that. Dang. Okay, let's think about this. What's wrong with Ayumi? Let's ask her. Ayumi? Huh? Oh, sorry. What is it? It just seemed like you were spacing out there for a second. Something on your mind? Yeah, there's something out of Megumi Morimoto that I've been wondering about. Oh, what is it? It's been bugging me for a while now, but whenever her name comes up when I'm talking to Fukuyama, he tightens up and gets anxious. Wow, I wonder if he's hiding something. I can't tell. I asked him directly a number of times, but his answers feel a bit evasive. If only we could talk to Megumi in person. Yeah. By the way, do you have any plans for tomorrow? I think I'm going back to the library. This time I want to do some research on urban legends. Okay, sounds good. As for me, I guess you should visit Megumi. I just need to wait for more information about Yusuke and Megumi from Mr. Fukuyama. I'll think about it some more. Good idea. Thanks.